Do you guys have remembered about what we discussed in the last session?
Yeah.
Apart from writing the first Java program, how do we compile the program, executing that program? That's all okay?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know what this .java file contains? Suppose I have written yesterday something called as hello world.java,
Java
right?
code.
This is basically containing source code, we call it as.
Source code. Yes, source code.
Then whenever you compile this program, then you'll be getting .class file,
In
which is
byte.
Yes.
basically
Binary
containing
bytes code.
byte code, right? Byte code. Sorry. Hey guys, this is going to have a byte code, right?
Yes.
Right. The question is now, who is converting the source code to byte code?
Java.
Who is
Java
converting
compiler.
from the source code to this byte code?
Java compiler.
Java compiler,
Java
whose name
compiler.
is called Java.
Java C.
We got to know yesterday, right? Java C is an application, right? Then who is converting this byte code to machine code? Do you know?
JVM.
Java virtual
Because
machine.
because you folks, you know that
JVM.
computer can only understand what? A system can only understand which code? A system can only
Source
understand
code.
what?
Byte code. Byte code.
Machine code. I mean, a system can't understand byte code, right? If you take a laptop, I mean, any computer, if you take PC or lap, whatever, machines cannot understand byte code, right? It can only understand binary language, which is called machine code. That is zeros and ones, right?
Yes.
So there is a person who convert this byte code into machine code, and it will run that machine code on the operating system. Am I right? That person is called what? JVM. JVM stands for Java Virtual
Virtual machine.
Machine. Very good. Folks, am I clear? Am I audible to you properly?
Yes,
Or
sir.
do you have any disturbance from my end?
No, sir.
You are good.
Yeah. Folks, if you are getting any such kind of things, maybe you also try from your end. Maybe the network at your end may be having some issues. So please try to rejoin the session so that it may give solution for the problem. Right? Okay, folks. Let's go ahead. See, folks, who will send this byte code to the JVM? Who will send this byte code to the JVM, folks? There is an application called Java. Am I right or not? Folks, please give me a response, okay? So that I can able to see that, okay, I'm visible. Sorry, I'm audible to you.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, thank you. Yeah, folks. Okay. So basically what I'm saying, folks, whenever you say Java C is the application. It's a tool, we can call it as. Basically, it is an application. And this application will convert our source code to the byte code. That's what we did yesterday, hello world.java. And once the source code is compiled, there is a file generated newly. A new file gets created that is called hello world class. Am I clear? Folks, am I clear? Now, this byte code to the JVM, then we are using another
Your voice is breaking, sir.
called Java or a tool called Java, whatever. Hello world.
Hello.
Sorry,
Your voice
some
is
issue with my
breaking,
voice?
sir. Yes.
Okay,
It's
okay.
breaking,
Let
cutting
me-
in and out.
Okay. So just a minute. I will just connect to some other network. That's what I am asking you. So just give me a second. I will just try to connect with some other network. That's for sure. Is it okay now? Am I audible?
Yes, for now.
Is it clear now? Is it clear now? Am I audible to you clearly?
Yes, for now.
Yes.
Yes, it's more clear.
Thank you. Yeah, folks. So let's continue. Now I think this network will work. Yeah. So, folks, this is the way that yesterday we discussed about Java, C, Java. And do you know, when we installed Java software in our machine, actually we have installed Java 21, right? So when we install Java 21, these are all what yesterday in the session that I'm giving a recap of what we discussed in last session for a minute. So we have discussed, apart from this, okay, we have discussed JVM is an application. Folks, JVM, it's a virtual machine, right? It is an application. I'll talk about separately in a session about what are the internal components of JVM and how really our program gets executed in this virtual machine, right? But basically, JVM is an application. Folks, did you get my point? Do you know this JVM application? This JVM application comes as a part of an environment called JRE, right? Do you know what JRE stands for?
Java runtime
Java
environment.
runtime environment.
Exactly, Java runtime environment. So JRE provides JVM. And as I said, nowadays when you install JDK, that is the software, the name of the Java software is JDK. And we have installed JDK 21. Folks, am I clear? So
Yes.
when we install JDK 21, you know, inbuilt it has JRE also. Inbuilt in JDK, there is JRE. And that JRE has an application called JVM. So simply, what's the point, folks? JVM is an application provided by JRE. JRE is an internal part of JDK. Earlier versions, what I told before Java 8 version. Okay, before Java 8 version, folks, you know, till Java 7, what happened? Whenever you install the Java software, there are two components get installed. One is JDK component, and separately one more component is called JRE component. But from Java 8 onwards, the JRE is inbuilt in JDK. So now whenever you install Java software, you're just getting only JDK, but you're not getting any JRE separately. And that JRE is internal part of JDK. And that JRE will provide an application called what? JVM. Okay. This is what we discussed in the last session. This is not today's session. Yesterday, just I'm recapping like what we discussed yesterday. And apart from that, one more point just I want to give you, folks. I think this point I have not given yesterday, but I'm just going to give it today. This point is missed out yesterday. Just keep in mind that JVM is an application. It's written in C language. Okay, folks. This point actually I think it's missed out. So I would like to give you today that note this point that JVM is an application written in C language. Okay. So the question comes here, is JVM, please note when I'm explaining, because that document which every day that I'm updating, that document is not there in this machine. So again, from tomorrow, I will update in our actual document where that everyday's notes that I'm writing. But as of now, for today, you please write the points, everything by yourself into your notebook. And tomorrow, whenever the document gets shared, you please insert these notes, whatever you have written today, into the document, so that all the notes will be there at one place. Okay. So the question becomes here, is JVM platform dependent or independent? The question comes like this. Is JVM platform dependent or platform independent? That's what the question comes in. What is your thought?
Independent.
What's your thought? What do you think about it? Folks, what do you think on this? Can anybody tell me what do you think on this?
Platform
You
independent.
can just take the
Yeah.
bytecode and run it on any machine.
Yeah. Anybody can you guess? Can you guess whether it's platform dependent or independent? Yes.
Independent.
Anybody else? Folks, so the answer is, yeah, very good. Some response is required. Yeah, the answer is, it's, folks, the answer is, it's platform dependent. Okay, so why it is platform dependent? Because it is written in C language. It's not written in Java. JVM is a built-in application, right? It's a predefined application that's not written by you and me, right? It's predefined application and it's written in C language. As you know that C is a platform dependent programming language. I will talk about platform dependency, platform independency as a features of Java next. But basically, if anything written in C language, you just remember that it's a platform dependent, which means the JVM for Windows is different from JVM for Mac or JVM for Linux. That's why while you are installing JDK, you have to choose on which operating system you would like to install the Java software. Based on that, that proper respect to the compatible JVM will be installed. Okay. Folks, am I clear now? Am I clear, folks, online people? Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, very good. Very good. So, folks, JVM is platform dependent or independent? What's your answer? Platform dependent. Which means what? Yeah, which means what? Each operating system, what does it mean? Each OS, like Windows, Mac, or Linux, you know, they have different, JVMs. I mean, the JVM installed in Windows and the JVM installed in Mac, both are different. So at that time, when you're downloading and installing your JDK software, you can able to, find what? Whether you want to install the JDK on Windows or Mac or Linux, based on that, you need to download, then you need to install it. Okay. So that I would like to, okay, folks, that I would like to explain platform dependent. Yesterday, this point we missed out and just I would like to tell you today. Okay. Next, folks, coming back to the point. Yeah. Let's go ahead. Folks, let's go ahead. Yesterday, we discussed about how do we create identifiers. Okay. Do you know what are identifiers, folks, first of all?
User defined keyword.
User defined.
Yes. Identifiers are nothing but what? Identifiers are nothing
User
but
defined.
they are the predefined words given by the programming language. Are they predefined words given by the programming language?
No.
No, right? If they are given by programming language, then we are calling them as keywords, right?
Yes.
But we're not calling them as keywords, right? We are calling them as what? Identifiers. So identifiers are what?
User defined.
Identifiers are what? Identifiers are user-defined words. Okay. See, when you're writing the programming, folks, when you're writing the programming, you are going to write class names, right? You are going to add variable names
Method names.
and you are going to add method names. What are all these? The class names, the variables names, the methods names, all these are what? These are all,
User defined.
they're all identifiers.
User
Yes,
defined.
these are all identifiers. Am I clear? These are nothing but user defined names. So those user defined words are called as what? Identifiers. So
Yes,
folks,
sir.
basically, yes, identifiers are nothing but they are what? Identifiers are nothing but what they are? They are user defined words. Am I clear so far?
Yes.
Cool. Okay, folks. So now, yesterday I told you there are, in the previous session I told you there are some rules to be followed, right? To create identifiers.
Yes.
So can you tell me what are the rules to be followed for creating identifiers?
Case
You-
sensitive.
Identifier.
Yes,
The identifier
guys.
will contain upper, lower, underscore, and
Yes,
dollar.
identifier can have the uppercase letters, lowercase letters, and what?
Is a case sensitive.
Digits,
Case identifier.
underscore,
Underscore and dollar.
and dollar symbol. But can I use any other symbols like at the rate or hash, exclamation?
No.
Can I use any other name like ampersand, asterisk? Can I use like that?
No.
No, we can't use. So yesterday, what I told is, let me write. Yesterday, I have given 4 rules, right? I think 4 or 5 rules I told you, right? That's the rule number 1. What's the rule number 2?
We can't start the name of identifier with number.
Yes. You can't start. Right? You can't start identifier with a digit. Okay. Rule number 1 is what? It can contain uppercase letters, or it can contain lowercase letters, or it can contain digits. It can contain underscore, or it can contain dollar. That's it. But you can't write, you can't write any other special character in an identifier. Okay. The second one which I told is don't start with. Just I'm writing in shortcut now today. Don't start with digit because yesterday we discussed all these things. Third point which I told you is like don't use keyword. Don't use keyword as identifier. Keywords mean they are reserved words by the programming languages. They have predefined meaning. So you can't use that as user-defined word. So don't use keyword. Don't start with a digit. Right? And it is case sensitive. Folks. Okay. Can identifier contains white space in between?
No.
No.
No. Okay. Don't use white space. Don't use white space in the middle. In the middle of identifier name. In the middle of identifier, don't use white space. So actually, it's given you points. Today I'm repeating them. Today, we want to discuss some of the valid identifiers and some of the invalid identifiers. Okay. So please tell me. Let us get some of the valid identifiers, some of the invalid identifiers, and let's find out.
We can't hear you, sir.
Examples. So some of the examples we're looking at. Suppose I'm writing an identifier like this now. my variable. Folks, tell me, is it valid identifier or invalid identifier?
Invalid.
This is an invalid identifier, right? Do you know why it is invalid identifier?
Blank space.
It
There
in
is a white
space
space in between them.
my and variable.
My variable, right? In between my and variable, there is a white space included. So it is not a valid identifier. It is an invalid identifier, right? It's invalid. It is invalid identifier. So folks, let's understand. Let's say, for example, I will write something like hash. Okay. Something. Tag. So tell me, is it valid identifier or invalid identifier?
Invalid.
It is invalid. Yes, folks, it's invalid. So do you know why it is invalid?
Because it starts from hash.
Yes, because it starts with hash. It's invalid identifier. Okay, na? Okay, folks. Next, let's understand. Let's take another example. The example is something like please understand something called order underscore aggregator. Some name I'm taking like this. Don't worry about what are all this. Folks, can you tell me now? This order underscore aggregator, is it a valid identifier or invalid identifier?
Valid identifier.
What about other folks? What are you thinking on this?
Yes, it is
Valid.
valid.
Yeah, it's valid, right?
Yeah.
Very good. Yes, folks, it's valid. It's valid. Very good. It's valid identifier. Sure. Okay, let's take another example, folks. Let me write. So let's suppose saying that seven product. Folks, tell me 7 product is a valid identifier or invalid identifier?
Invalid.
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 Yes, it's invalid. Do you know why it is invalid? Because it starts with a digit. Because it's starting with a digit, it's invalid identifier. Folks, next I would like to write something like this, saying that product 7
It's valid.
yeah, it's a
Valid.
valid identifier. It can have a digit, right? But it should not start with a digit. That's what the problem. Everybody is getting my point? Folks, did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Very good.
Yes.
Very good. Very good. Let me write, for example. Okay, let me write, for example. Let me write another identifier like this now. Let's say, okay, let's say, mobile dollar SIM.
Invalid.
Folks, what do you think on this?
Invalid.
Valid.
So
Yeah. Is it a
special
valid
form?
identifier or it's an invalid identifier?
Invalid.
Valid.
Yeah, folks. What is the other people's opinion? What do you think on this, folks?
Valid.
It's a
Valid.
valid
It's valid.
identifier.
Yes, it's valid.
Valid.
identifier. Very good. Very good. It's valid identifier. Because dollar sign is allowed, right?
Okay.
Yes, it is allowed.
Yes, 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 folks. Dollar sign is allowed. Dollar sign is allowed. Folks, am I clear now? Dollar sign is allowed. That's why it's valid identifier. Okay. Now let's go ahead, folks. Let me tell you something else. Let's say, folks, let's say I've written something like this. What I can say underscore. Okay, just I'm writing underscore service.
Not
What do you think on this?
Valid identifier.
Is it valid or invalid identifier?
Valid.
Can I write any variable name or class name or method name, something like that? Can I write like this, underscore service?
Yes.
Yes.
Yes, it's valid. Because it is not starting with a digit, right? It can start with underscore, no issue. Underscore is valid character to start with an identifier, right? But digit is not a valid character to start with. That's what the difference. Even I can start with a dollar also, but I cannot start with digit. Am I clear, folks? Am I clear, folks, everyone?
Yes.
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 Yes, sir.
Yes. Yes. Okay. 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 And by the last, I just want to say, right? Underscore, dollar, and let's say, for example, okay, just something I'm writing. Review. Guys, tell me, is it valid or invalid identifier?
Valid identifier.
This is also valid identifier. Okay. So if there is a white space in between, it's invalid. If it starts with any special character or digit, it's invalid. Okay, correct? If it starts with underscore, well and good, it's valid. It can have dollar sign, no issue. Even you can start with a dollar sign, no issue, but don't start with a digit. And what are the only special characters which are allowed when you are writing an identifier? It could be the class name or variable name or method name, whatever you write. What is a valid, what are the valid, the special characters that we can include? They are underscore symbol and dollar. Okay, underscore and dollar. Am I clear, folks? Now, these are some of the examples, okay, that we can just discuss to say that these are valid, these are invalid, something like that. Folks, am I clear now? Let's go ahead. Let's go ahead, folks. Today, we want to discuss about a point called as how do we read the memory statement? Because just only one application or one simple Java program we have written which can display a message like hello world. That's it. Am I clear, folks? But now we want to discuss how do we write a memory statement? With the help of memory statement, you people come to know about data types. Okay. And let's identify what are the data types that are available in Java. What are the different categories of data types available? Then we'll discuss about one by one out of them. Folks. Then we'll discuss about some simple programs by taking input from the user and just doing some bit calculation on that. And we would like to show the output to the user. So when a user gives an input, our program will just do some calculation on that input and will show the output to the user. Simple programs we will practice. Okay, folks. So what we are discussing is about writing the memory statement. Okay, writing the memory statement. So basically what the memory statement will instruct, the memory statement instructs that allocate some memory. Memory statement is to allocate memory for storing a value, right? If at all I want to store some value, there should be a memory allocated for that. So that memory statement is basically used to allocate the memory or instructing the JVM that allocate memory to store some value. How much memory, that all depends on data type. Okay, so how do you write this memory statement? The memory statements we can write with a data type followed by variable name. Folks, this is the one way. Or we can write the memory statement like data type, variable name equals to some value. Okay, this is the way how you can write the memory statement. So basically what this memory statement will do, memory statement instructs how much memory should be allocated to store a value. It instructs how much memory should be allocated to store a value. That's what called as memory statement. So how do you write this memory statement? First, you should write the data type. Then you should write variable name. Variable name is an identifier. Data type is a keyword. Folks, data type is a keyword. Variable name is an identifier. Did you get my point?
Yes.
So tell me, this is called one statement. I told you folks, everybody, I told you folks, how do you create statements? If you want to create statements, first of all, you should know about tokens. Guys, do you remember how many types of tokens we have in any programming language, not only in Java?
Five tokens.
Fine.
5 tokens are there.
Yes.
Do you know what are the 5 tokens?
Keywords, identifiers,
Keywords, identifiers, operators, strings,
and literal.
and literals. Guys, observe it. So if at all you want to frame the statements, so we have to, you need to get this point clearly, folks. If at all you want to frame the statements, right? What do? You should know about tokens. For example, if I'm writing, folks, data type, then I'm writing some variable name. Sorry. So do you know data type is what?
Even
Data type is a keyword. Folks, data type is a keyword.
Yes, sir.
Yes, it's a keyword. What about variable name? Variable name is what?
Identifier.
Identifier. It's an identifier. So tell me, what are the 2 tokens we are using here in this statement?
Keyword and
One is
identifier.
keyword and second one is identifier. I told you now, if you want to write any statement, you have to use tokens only, right? If at all you
Yes.
want to write any statements in a program, you should use tokens.
Yes.
Yes. But you need to follow some syntax for creating a statement. Am I right or not?
Yes.
See, in English, for example, if you want to write a sentence, you can construct the sentence through words, right? But you cannot frame the words in your own way. You have to follow some grammar. That grammar in programming is called syntax. That's it. Am I clear with you? Folks, if I write a
Yes,
statement
sir.
like,
Yes.
I saw your email tomorrow, is it a valid statement?
No.
I saw your email tomorrow. Is this a valid statement?
No, it's not.
No, it's not. You have to follow the grammar, right? I saw your email yesterday, that is good. Or even today is also good. I saw your email today. I saw your email yesterday. That's good. But I saw your email tomorrow. That's wrong. You're not following the grammar. So whenever you want to frame the sentences, you are using words, but you are applying some grammar on that. Similarly, whenever you want to create a statements in a programming language, you have to use tokens. On top of that, you need to follow the syntax. So tell me what tokens I've used here. Folks, what are the two tokens I've used here?
Keyword identifier.
Keywords and
Keyword
identifier.
and
Keyword
identifier. Am I right? For example, if I write, okay, let's do one thing, folks. For example, if I write, so, folks, for example, if I write like this, data type, variable name equals to value. Guys, now can you tell me what is this value? You know, this value is going to be literal. Value is going to be what, folks? Literal. So tell me, how many tokens I've used in this line?
3 tokens.
3 tokens, right? What are they? Keyword,
Keyword,
identifier, and literal. Tell me, folks, if at all you want to frame any statement in a programming language, what you must have to use?
Tokens.
Tokens. Very good. But you have to follow some syntax.
Yes.
Yes. Then tell me, in order to frame the sentences in a programming language, you have to use tokens. And on top of the tokens, you need to apply syntax so that you can frame the sentences. Am I clear?
Yes, sir.
So, yeah, very good. Very good. Folks, try to understand me, okay? Now, see, there are many things are there. Basics are very important. For any programming language, you must know the basics properly. So here, my intention is, first I would like to tell you the basics in such a way that it will help you in learning any other programming language in future by yourself. See here, let me write int. Of course, I'll talk about all the available data types later, but first I'll write int, for example, int total count as of now, semicolon. Then what this statement? This is called memory statement. Here int is a data type, total count is a variable name. Variable name is nothing but it is an identifier. Am I clear? Now,
Yes, sir.
yes, folks, very good. Very good. So please concentrate now. So what this is instructing, this statement is instructing that allocate a memory. Okay, allocate a memory. How much memory? That will be given by data type, right? For example, if you take int in Java, according to programming language Java, for int, 4 bytes memory will be allocated. How many bytes of memory? 4. 4 bytes. So folks, what's happening here? 4 bytes of memory is allocated. And how to identify this memory? In order to identify this memory, there is a name given on top of it. That name is total count. Folks, now this variable name is to access this memory. If at all I want to store the value into this memory, or if I want to fetch the value from this memory, then I need this name. This identifier is required to store the value or fetch the value, means read the value, right? So there is a memory allocated for 4 bytes. And what's the name given to that 4 bytes? Total count. Did you get my point? Folks, if I write total count equal to 10, for example, semicolon. Because every statement in Java ends with a semicolon, right? It's mandatory. So total count equal to 0. What does it mean now? We are storing the value 10 into the memory represented with the name total count. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Now tell me, this is the memory space represented with the name called total count. What is the value we are storing into that variable? 10. Now this total count is now going to become 10 here.
Yes.
So what the value stored inside this is 10. Did you get my point, folks?
Yeah.
Did you get my point?
Yes,
Everybody?
sir.
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. Yeah. Thank you. Because basics are important. Let's try to understand the basics properly. Next, again, I will like to explain, folks. See, what I'm writing is, let's say the other example, let's say I have something like this. Everybody, please note all these things so that you can include it tomorrow into a document once I share. Okay, observe it. Folks, let me write something like this. If I write int, just I'm writing int, let's say different simple variable name, let's say int x equal to 25. Then tell me, in this line, first memory is allocated. How much memory will be allocated, folks?
4 bytes.
4 bytes. The 4 bytes of memory get allocated. Yes. And what's the name given to that?
Yes.
What's the name given to that particular memory to access it?
X.
X is the name given to it. And what's the value stored inside this memory?
25.
25. Folks, everybody understand the point clearly.
Yes.
Okay. Next I will write int y equals to x. What I'm writing, int y is equal to x. Folks, what is happening here? Can you tell me what's happening here?
Assigning X value to Y.
We are assigning the value of x into another variable called y. Am I clear? So
Yes.
first what will happen? First, the memory will be allocated for the variable y. The memory is looking for the variable y. Here the variable name is y. Folks, am I clear? The value of x will be copied to what? Y.
Y.
Folks, the value of x will be copied to y. Am I clear? Okay, means what is happening here? First, the value of x will be fetched from this memory. Okay, from the memory x, the value is fetched and that is stored into y. Now you tell me what's the value stored here?
25.
25. Guys, everybody, please try to understand now. What I'm trying to say is, if the variable name is used at the left side of assignment, the variable name is used at the left side of assignment, then tell me guys what's happening. If the variable name is used at left side of assignment operator, means equal to operator, at the left side of assignment if the variable is there. Tell me, it is called fetching the value, means reading the value, or fetching the value, or storing the value?
Storing the value.
Storing the
Value.
value. See, for example, if I write one more variable here, let's have a variable called int z. Then I'm writing z equals to y. Folks, can you tell me now what's happening? Okay, z is at left side, y is at right side. Then tell me what's happening here.
Assigning y value to z.
What does it mean? What do you mean by assigning the value of y to z? Fetch the value of y
And
and store it in
z.
a memory represented with the name z. Am I right or not? So z is a variable which is left side of assignment. Y is a variable at right side of assignment. So tell me folks, if a variable is at left side of assignment, it is fetching the value. Guys, it is fetching the value of a variable, or storing the value into a variable.
Storing the value.
Storing the value. If it is at right side of assignment,
Fetching the
fetching the value. So tell me here, whose value is fetched?
y value is fetched.
The value of y is fetched from a memory and it will be stored into another memory whose name is z. Am I right or not?
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Yes. So try to understand now. Okay. So please get the point clearly. Please get the point clearly. If a variable name is used at left side of assignment, then what does it mean? The value is going to be stored in that variable. If the variable name is used at right side of assignment,
Fetching the value stored
Value is
inside the
fetched.
variable. And
please understand me. Yeah. What's the meaning?
That
If a
value is
variable name
fetched.
is used at right side of assignment, then
it's going to fetch the value.
the value
whatever
is
is
fetched
there.
from that variable. Am I right or not?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. If a variable name is at left side of assignment, value is stored in memory. The variable name is at right side of assignment, value is fetched from the memory. Did you get my point?
Yes.
If the variable name is used elsewhere, anywhere, nothing but fetching the value of the variable. So these three key points you should keep in mind. That's what I'm trying to explain you. Did you guys got my point?
Yes.
Folks, everyone, did you get my point? I will like to point here, folks. Folks, I will like to write a point here. The point is, Okay, the point is, what here, folks? If a variable name is used at left side of assignment, then it will store the value. Did you get my point? If a variable name is used at right side of assignment, then it will fetch the value. See, folks, I would like to ask a question. Then I'll write one more point. See, the point is, see, guys, if I write something like this, say, you know what the output statement in Java?
System.out.print.
Yes. System.out.println. Yesterday we discussed about hello world. To print hello world message, then tell me what the statement, output statement we have used in Java. System.out.println. Java is case sensitive. So you must write, yes, letter must be in capital here in system. System.out.println of Z. So, folks, I would like to ask a question. Now tell me, is the Z is left side of assignment or right side of assignment?
Left side.
Left side.
System.out.println of Z. In that statement, in this particular statement, that variable Z is at left side of assignment or right side of assignment?
Left side.
Folks, it is not at the left side of assignment, right? And it is not at the right side of assignment. Am I clear?
It is stored in the memory.
Hey guys, did you get my point?
No.
It's
Here,
Is it there at left side of assignment?
printing the value.
Yeah. I'm not writing Z equal to, right? I'm not writing Z followed by equal to symbol. It is not at the left side of assignment, and it is not at the right side of assignment also. The point is, if a variable is used at elsewhere meaning it is not at the left side or not at the right side, then it will fetch the value. Then tell me, in system.out.println of Z, then tell me the value of Z will be fetched and printed on the console, on the monitor. Am I right?
Yes.
Yes.
On the screen otherwise. Am I clear?
Yes.
Yes. So 3 points to note finally. What? If a variable name is at left side of the assignment, it will store the value. If a variable name is right side of the assignment, then it will fetch the value. If the variable name is elsewhere, not at the left side of the assignment, not at the right side of assignment, then
It will fetch the
It will
value.
fetch
it will fetch the value. Did you get my point clearly?
Yes, sir.
Everybody online, folks, did you get my point? Very, very basics I'm talking about. So, but these basics are very, it's not I'm talking about Java. The same rules are applicable for C, C++, Java, Python, blah, 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 whatever you know. In every program. So far, folks, am I clear so far?
Yes, sir.
Yes. We are just discussing about basics so that we can able to write programs. So far, we written only first program, that is just to print hello world message. But if I want to tell you some other programs, at least you should know about data types, variables names, and what's happening there. Is it storing the value or is it fetching the value? That's what we would like to know. Okay. Folks, tell me, if I write something like this, int k is equal to folks, x plus y plus z. Tell me in this statement what's happening.
Addition.
See, as per our
Operate.
diagram, folks, we have x, we have y, and we have z. I mean z, right? Let's see. This is our z, means z. So let me write the name as z. And do you know what the value of z? 25. Value of y is fetched, and that will be stored in z. The value is 25. X is 25, y is 25, z is 25, right? Can you tell me, folks, what is happening here?
It will sum all the values of x, y, z.
You know, x, y, z are at the right side of assignment.
Yes.
And k is at left side of assignment. Do you know what's going to happen here?
K is fetching the value.
Do you know what's going to happen here? The value of x, y, and z. Tell me, these three are storing the value or fetching the value?
It's storing the
Fetching.
value.
Fetching the value, right?
Storing.
Value
Yes.
of x, y,
Fetch
and
and
z, the three variables are fetched, and they are added them. Okay, the value of x will be fetched here, value of y, value of z will be fetched, 25, 25, 25. Then the value 75 will be assigned to the variable called k. Am I right?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Because x, y, z are at what side? Right side. K is at
Left side.
left side. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Good. Cool, guys. So far, folks, is it understandable to all of you? So how
Yes.
do you write a memory statement in Java?
By using
Folks, how do you write a memory statement in Java?
data.
You can
Data
write with
type.
data type and variable name. Data type is a keyword. Variable name is an
Identifier.
identifier. What this memory statement will do? It will instruct how much memory should be allocated to store the. How much memory should be allocated to store a value? Value is nothing but data. Did you get my point?
Yes,
If you
sir.
write like this directly, if you write directly like this now, say for example, if you write int x is equal to 25, you have written int is what, x is what, 25 is what?
Int is data type, x is variable name, and 25 is value.
Yeah, value is nothing but what? Means int is keyword, x is an identifier, 25 is a
Value.
Literal.
literal.
Right.
Okay. Now, did you got the point like literal? Literal is nothing but
Value.
data or value, which can be called as literal. Did you get my point? Everyone?
Yes.
Folks, please try to understand me. Am I clear? So far, whatever we discussed, am I clear?
Yes, sir.
If a variable name is left side, tell me what does it mean?
It store the value.
Exactly. If a variable name is left side, it will store the value. If a variable name is at right side,
It will fetch the value.
it will fetch the value. If a variable name is elsewhere, then not
Then
at
it-
the left side, not at the right side, but somewhere,
Then it will fetch the value.
Fetch the value.
it will fetch the value. For example, if it's a system.out.println of z, means it's fetching the value of z. That's what the meaning of it. Wow, very good, nice, very good, folks, very good. Yeah, let me go ahead. Now coming to folks, you got how to write memory statement, but to write a memory statement, you should know about data type. And coming to data types in Java. Folks, in Java, data types are actually divided into two categories. Into how many categories, folks? Two categories. Let me tell you what are they. Please understand.
Non-primitive data types.
And some of them are understandable to you as of now. Some of them will come in future. But I can tell you that data types in Java are actually divided into two categories. That's what I'm just writing here. Folks, they are one under category called value types. The second one is reference types. Folks, how many types of data types are there in Java? Or how many categories of data types are there in Java?
Two.
Two types. One is value types and second one is
Reference type.
Reference type.
reference types. Folks, value types definitely will store the value. They are also called as the primitive types. They're also called as what types? Primitive types. Folks, please try to understand now. Everybody. Folks, I'll give you the points next, but first try to understand me. Am I clear now? Folks, how many types of data types are there? How many categories or how many types are there, folks? Two types. One is value types and second one is what, folks?
Reference type.
Reference types. Guys, am I clear? Guys, am I clear? Value types are also called what?
Primitive
Value
type.
types, yeah, also called as primitive types. Value types are also called as primitive types. Okay. Now coming to the point, folks. Actually, I want to give you some new words to you, but I will explain about all of them in the session tomorrow. Okay. See here. If I convert, just I'm writing something like this. If I convert a value type to a value type, I'm just keeping arrow like this. Or if I convert a reference type again to the reference type. Folks, please understand me. If I convert a value type to a value type, or if I convert a reference type to reference type, it has a name in Java called typecasting. It has a name in Java called what, folks?
Typecasting.
Typecasting. Let me add that statement over there. Typecasting. Here also I will add that statement, typecasting. Folks, what is typecasting? Of course, I'll talk about typecasting separately later, just to give a word. What is typecasting word in Java?
Value type.
What is the meaning of
Value
typecasting?
type.
Converting.
Reference type to again
Converting
reference type.
what?
Converting value type to value type.
Tell me, folks, converting
Value
a value
to
type.
again a value type.
Guys, did you get my point? Did you get my point,
Yes.
folks? Converting a value type to another value type, or converting one reference type to another reference type. This is called what?
Typecasting.
Typecasting. Okay, I'll give an example. Don't worry. As of now, my intention is not to give an example or something. Just I want to introduce the words. There are some words I'm just introducing to you. Tell me first of all, how many categories of data types are there in Java?
Two types.
Two types. What are they?
Value types and reference.
Value type.
Value types and
Reference
reference types. Did you get my point, folks? Listen here.
Yeah.
Suppose if I'm converting like this, suppose I'm converting a value type I'm converting to the reference type. Then there is a name given for this. I'll tell you how to convert and all those things later. There is a name given for this called boxing. Just I'm introducing the words. Conversions and all we'll discuss later. I would like to introduce some words in Java. The terminology. Tell me folks, what is boxing?
Value type to reference type.
Reference type.
Sorry?
Converting value types into reference type.
Yes, converting a value type into a reference type is called
Boxing.
Boxing.
boxing. Online folks, am I clear to everyone? Please give a reply in chat.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Everybody folks, please give me a reply in chat so that I can understand whether you are following these words or not. Please give a reply in chat. Expecting message from everyone. Thank you. Very good. Thank you. Thank you, folks. Now just one more word I'll introduce, but tomorrow I'll give you what are the different value types which are also called primitive types in Java and how much memory they occupy and what is the range of it. So all these things we will discuss. Once you got to know about the data types and you know how to create variables, means how to write memory statement, then it's easy for us to write some programs. Okay, so to write programs, these are the very basic things which are needed. That's why I would like to first complete them and we will start writing some programs. Then I'll talk about how to take input from the user. Whenever user runs my program, then user has to give some input. My program should take the input from the user. For that, we should know about input statement. See, you got two statements already. One is memory statement today we are discussing about, and output statement, you know, system.out.println. If you know how to write input statement also in Java, then we can easily write beautiful programs. Some calculation programs. Okay. Now, one more word I would like to introduce today before I wind up the session, folks. The reverse. The reverse is if I convert a reference type to this value type, it has a reverse name called. Can you expect the name?
Autobox. Unboxing.
Unboxing.
Yes. It has a name called unboxing. Folks, there are three new words came into picture here. Typecasting, boxing, unboxing. Can you tell me what is typecasting? You don't know, but at least
one
definitely
value type to
questions
another
I'm asking.
value type.
How to do
It's
later?
value
I'll tell you
types
tomorrow.
convert
Convert
to
the reference type
types.
to another reference.
Exactly. Converting a value type to another value type or converting a reference type to another reference type, both are called what?
Typecasting.
Typecasting.
Yes, good. Typecasting, folks. Folks, if I convert a value type to a reference type, it is called what?
Boxing.
Very good. If you convert a reference type into a value type, then it is called what?
Unboxing.
Unboxing.
Unboxing. Am I clear so far for today?
Yes, sir.
But tomorrow I will talk especially about what are the primitive data types. Okay. There are 8 primitive types are there. How many folks?
8.
8. Very good. 8 primitive types are there. I will tell you for each primitive data type, how much memory will be allocated in system, how much memory the JVM will allocate, and what's the default value that it can store, and what is the range, what is the minimum value it can store, what is the maximum value it can store. So these kind of things, like in the form of a table, that we are going to look at in the tomorrow session. Am I clear?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We are in very basics, folks. Please try to understand the basics properly. Have you understood the session for today? Give me a final reply in chat box.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Is it clear for all of you? Today's session is crystal clear for all of you.
Sir, what is autoboxing?
Sorry.
May I know what is autoboxing?
I will tell you. This is a reply to everyone. The question is about what is auto boxing. Actually, earlier we did boxing, unboxing manually, but now without doing by us, Java itself will do it. That's called what?
Okay.
Auto boxing. Did you get my point?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank you,
Yeah.
sir.
Thank you. Folks, I just mentioned at the beginning of the session, again, I would like to mention it very clearly that probably from tomorrow, the link gets updated. I mean to say that a new link will be provided. I'm expecting that it could be from tomorrow, otherwise day after tomorrow. I don't know exactly. So I'm going to write that admin number in the chat box. So please make a call to him. Folks, please make a call to him. And I'm writing in chat box to everyone I'm sending it. His name is Vishwanath. I'm sending in chat box to everyone. Please contact this guy and he will assist you in joining to this session, because probably from tomorrow or day after tomorrow, I don't know exactly, that definitely the new link will be created and that link gets updated to everyone who paid the fee, right? And if you want to attend the sessions and without losing any sessions, please join us immediately. So beautiful sessions are ahead. Okay. From my end, I can promise you that in a way that you people can able to understand it and you people can later master it, this programming language, I'll try to explain in such a way. That is only the one assurance that I can give you, so that it will help you in cracking the interviews. With all my experience, I can provide you the instructions as well as the concepts, so that it will be very crystal clear for everyone, so that, okay, it makes a lot of change. Okay, folks. Folks, did everyone receive that number? The number, Vishwanath's number?
Yes.
Yes? Everyone?
Yes.
Folks, so this is the contact number of admin. So please talk with him. He will assist you in this payment link and all. And once you get paid, then he will update the new link so that you can join the sessions probably from tomorrow or day after tomorrow. And don't miss the sessions, okay? Folks, that's the end of the session for today. And do you have any questions to me? Anybody
Yes,
has any
sir.
questions to me?
I have a question.
Yeah, sure.
Since today was my first day, how many have I skipped? How many days have I skipped?
I think, yeah, let me tell you. 1, then 2, 3, 4. I think 4 sessions. This is the 5th session, I think so.
Okay, so it shouldn't be too hard to catch up.
You can
understand.
have you got the session, today's session?
Yeah, I understand it.
Okay, then that's it now. Then you can, initially I started about knowing about what is language, what is programming language, right? So just how do you write the programs? So those kind of things, just how do you install the JavaSoft? This is what I said. These are all instructions that are available in our document. Actually, in one document only, I'll write all the notes. But today, since I'm using a different system, so that's why that document is not with me. But again, from tomorrow, I will write in one document only the entire session. That document has everything day-wise. In day 1, what I have explained, in day 2, what I have explained. So you can go through the document as well, and you will get the recording videos also. So for 1 year access, you can access it for 1 year. The entire class videos is available. We will maintain them in cloud for 1 year accessibility. So you can even watch those videos again to get back those concepts.
Okay, and this class will continue every day for 8 months.
Yeah, it's
correct?
from Monday to Saturday. In
Monday to
IST,
Saturday.
Indian timing, yeah. IST from 7:15 to 8:45 from Monday to Saturday.
Okay, and you're going to be teaching the whole time, correct?
Yeah. I'm just going to teach this entire. There are modules we divided. Module
Yeah,
1 I'll take
three,
care.
I
In
saw
module
it,
1,
the
I'll
three
take care
one.
of core Java, advanced Java, database, and I will take care of data structures and algorithms, those kind of things.
Okay, sounds good. I'm going to sign up then. Thank you.
Yeah. Thank you. Anybody has any other question, folks? I think you understood about this session. I hope you enjoyed this session, right?